This is an announcement from the Aso Volcano Disaster Prevention Council. And evacuate immediately.
Yeah, I've been howling, I can't stop coughing. Shit.
You want to know how we got there? Well, it all started about 6 hours earlier when we decided to travel all the way from Fukuoka on the west coast of Kyushu right into the middle of the island to a super interesting active volcano with one of the largest calderas on Earth. It's called Mount Aso, but more on that later.
Alright, wow, what a long day of travel already. 12:55, Monday the 21st. We've basically gone from Fukuoka all the way to Kumamoto, and because we couldn't check in yet or anything, we just decided to get a locker and then boost it all the way to Mount Aso today. Reason being, the weather is bloody lovely and tomorrow it's going to be absolutely hammering down, so it was either do it and have like a little bit of time on the mountain or not do it at all. So that was the mission, and it has been a bit of a mission to get here. Like, holy, there's so many different buses and trains. We've still got this train which doesn't leave for another like 20 minutes. It's like a ghetto as one. And then from here we arrived to Aso station at 2 p.m, so still another hour, and then we've got to catch a bus which takes 35 minutes up to the top of the mountain, and then it's a 25-minute walk to the crater. So we'll get to the crater, have like 1 minute to look around, hopefully the light's nice, and then we'll come down, and if we've got enough time, hopefully we'll get on the last bus before 4:30, which yeah, that's cutting it fine, but I really want to go to these like flatlands, like this crater. So yeah, fingers crossed we've got enough time, because that's where all the wild horses are, and I feel like that would be such cool photos, etc. But yeah, so we've got to wait 20-ish minutes for this train to kick off, and we'll be on our merry way. Anything to add?
Once we reached Kumamoto, the city we were going to be basing ourselves in for the next couple of nights, we were hit with that ultimatum, the one that turned this into a gargantuan travel day. The bus from Fukuoka to Kumamoto was around 2 hours, then we caught this normal-looking train to Higo Ozu station. From there, we were transferred onto this one, a super bouncy, super old-school, but undoubtedly incredibly beautiful train that twisted its way all around the caldera, leading all the way up to Aso station.
And that Kiddlywinks. That's why it's more about the journey than the destination. That was like a gift in and of itself. That was such a beautiful ride, apart from the bouncy. Okay, tickets. Where do we get the bus tickets?
Oh, please go to the bus office. Bus office is outside on the right side.
Okay, thank you. Outside and right side. It's hot, especially in these track pants. You can tag on with your credit card, so you don't actually need to buy a ticket. Thankfully, because we didn't have enough cash. 35 minutes and we'll be at the top of this somewhere. Let's ride.
So yeah, you can do what we did and just tag on using your like actual bank card, but it's better value to get the 1,300 yen day pass, because you'll definitely want to stop off at the grasslands on the way back down. Anyway, the bus from here is about 35 minutes and the views out the window were so sick. It became like increasingly obvious that you were driving your way through a caldera.
For some reason in my head I thought the horses would be like more wild. Yeah. Apparently this place, this little area here with the volcano in the background is what inspired Zelda. Well, like Hyrule in Zelda. Maybe just Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but I can see it. Just plonk a massive castle in the middle and we'll be sorted.
At the end of the bus ride, you reach Aso Sanjo Terminal, and from here, the goal is to get to the Nakadake crater via another shuttle. It's either that or a 2-kilometer uphill walk. The shuttles run every 30 minutes and cost like an extra 600 yen, which isn't included in your bus pass, but thankfully, when we arrived, we could hop straight on. Out the window, everything started to look like completely otherworldly, and that like iconic fart smell synonymous with volcanoes and sulfur really started to hit us. I was so excited to finally see what we'd been traveling all this way for.
We made it. This is sick. We are literally at a volcano. The fuck? It's quite sulfuric up here. Will's dying of coughs. So is everyone, really. Wait, what? What's he say? I'm pretty sure he just said that shit's finna blow, huh?
この再開に協議会からお知らせします。ただいま B ゾーンの
Is this saying go away or go down?
著しく濃くなり人体に危険な状況となりましたので火口監視員の指示に従い早急に避難してください。Attention please. This is an announcement from the Aso Volcano Disaster Prevention Council. Currently in Zone B, the volcanic gas concentration has become significantly high.
You hear that?
And thus hazardous for the human body. Please follow the instructions of the crater monitors and evacuate immediately.
Literally, it smells the exact same as when I Dutch oven myself. Sus though. Apparently it's too dangerous. Sure we can go up there or some shit. That's fun. What do you think? Could you notice that was pretty deadly?
Yeah, I fucking inhaled it and I can't stop coughing.
Shit. You almost need like a mask or something. Shit, that doesn't sound good. Are you okay? So typical that we literally travel maybe, well, we left at 9:30 today, so it's now like 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours of travel all the way here. We get one look at the volcano and it's just like, too dangerous. Let's line up for that bus. I guess that's the trials and tribulations of trying to go to a volcano, I guess. An active one. Second, third, one of the biggest, most active, biggest volcanoes in the world.
So basically, what happened there was, despite the volcano not actually, erupting, volcanic gases still find their way through the cracks, mainly sulfur dioxide, which is the thing that gives off that, fart smell. Sometimes, depending on the wind and air pressure, the gas pools around the crater rim, making it, quite dangerous to breathe. At up to 2 parts per million, it's just like a detectable smell, but between 2 and 5 parts per million, it starts to react with the moisture in your throat and eyes, causing, burning and coughing and shortness of breath like Will was experiencing. When the sensors detect concentrations above 2 parts per million, they evacuate the crater. For reference, 10 parts per million can cause nausea, dizziness, and fluid buildup in the lungs, while 20 parts per million can actually be life-threatening. So yeah, I'm obviously grateful for the potentially life-saving evacuation, but I do wonder what the actual reading was and why I didn't feel anything. Anyway, from there, we passed back through the terminal and made our way down to Kurasenri, which were those grass plains with the horses that I was talking about earlier. If it wasn't for the evacuation, we probably wouldn't have actually been able to go here, so let's call it a happy little accident.
Well, due to our unforeseen health hazard at the top of the fucking volcano, we did allow ourselves a couple minutes down here in these, I think this is part of the caldera, no? Anyway, yeah, this is the flatlands where the castle would be. But the cool thing about this place is, well, the place that I was most amped for is the horses. Will had a funny moment back there. Pretty scary, I guess.
A lot of people were dying up there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of coughing going on, and I experienced it. I inhaled sulfuric acid, I guess. What is it?
Just sulfur.
Sulfur dioxide.
Yeah, all that. You okay though?
We're good.
Alright. It's cool that I go on about Zelda a lot, but this place being inspired by Zelda is you can kind of tell, eh?
This place being inspired by Zelda.
Yeah, this life imitates art. The fucking horses. I mean, I wonder if the idea of being able to ride horses in Zelda came from the horses that are here. Makes you think. Declan from the past. The future. Figure that shit out.
Now, unlike the ones in Zelda, these horses are unfortunately not wild. They're semi-wild grazing horses owned by farmers who let them roam freely during the warmer months. Being Kumamoto, I dare not think too hard about what they're being farmed for, so let's just leave it at that. Historically though, horses in the Aso region were bred to be trained for military use during the Heian period, which is roughly the 8th to the 12th centuries. Over time, their descendants became more and more cultural and a tourist symbol of Aso, but they've always been domesticated. Still, I'd say it's almost like a picture-perfect Hyrule plateau.
What a day. Yeah.
Dude, imagine this place with like barely any people here.
I know. Yeah, imagine stumbling across wild horses, man. I feel like that's nuts. Well, I think they are technically wild, but they're trained. Wait, how does that even work?
And they have numbers on them.
Yeah, that's true.
Back on them.
Well, I want to know, it's just like, why here? Why at the base of a volcano?
Yeah.
So cool. Thank you, Zelda, for making this possible.
Thank you, Zelda.
The last shuttle from the Sanjo terminal leaves at 4:40 p.m, which honestly sucks. Sunset up here would have been unreal, but I get it, they need time to transport everyone down. If you can, I wholeheartedly recommend renting a car and driving here. 1, the drive would be insane, and 2, you'd be able to, actually hike and explore the other craters and make a full day of it instead of the 15 minutes that we got. But no, if you pre-plan your day efficiently, obviously you can get here for the first shuttle bus at 9-10 a.m, or even like pay for a day trip with a guide to take you about the place, which I wish we could have done, but you've got to play the hands you're dealt. Even so, this was still such a memorable day. Like, what a place. Nothing beats a volcano, really, and to be fair, it's pretty cool that we got evacuated from a volcano. After a day's rest in Kumamoto, we were off to the number one thing on my bucket list for this whole 3-month trip. So make sure you're subscribed, because honestly, you're gonna want to see this massive volcanic rift in the middle of a lush forest full of waterfalls, weird geological formations, and proper rural Japanese shit. We have arrived to our humble abode. It is on the smoking floor, so it is slightly stinky, but the one thing that I'm so stoked about is, obviously we did all of our shit today because it was going to be raining tomorrow. But the fact that it's going to be raining tomorrow, paired with this bad boy and an HDMI cable, oh, that shit finna be lit.